Good morning. 13 years ago this morning, the world was shaken by the infamous attacks that bring us to this remembrance today. Though this attack made clear our vulnerability to those who would plan to harm our people, we must also remember the heroism of those who responded to this crisis and the tremendous resolve of the American people in the face of this tragedy. I welcome all of you who have joined us today to remember and appreciate this dire moment and the heroes that shone through in this dark time. I now ask that the fire science EMT students step forward. Criminal justice.
Though I was only 3 years old on September 11th, 2001, the attack on our country has had a significant impact on me. This moment made clear to me that heroes are not found in comic books, but in the daily service to our neighborhoods and communities. A hero is a person who, in the face of danger and adversity, displays courage and the will to self-sacrifice for some greater good of humanity. September 11th is a day we remember how the United States lost more than 400 of these heroes due to their own self-sacrifice to save others, including the 3,000 people who perished in this tragedy. As Americans, we were made keenly aware on September 11th that we are never completely safe from those who wish to harm us, but we must also remember that we are safer, much safer, because there are people who choose to serve the greater good. The fact that these heroes willingly sacrificed themselves truly shows that America is the home of the free because of the brave.
Good morning. Today we remember the sacrifice of former TCD student Sam Watts. U.S. Army Specialist Samuel T. Watts, age 20, died May 19, 2012, of wounds he sustained from an IED blast while on patrol in Afghanistan. Among his many awards were the Bronze Star, the Purple Heart, and the Army Commendation Medal. Sam attended Wheaton North High School and enrolled in TCD's fire science program his junior and senior year. In 2009, he volunteered to participate in TCD's annual 9/11 memorial ceremony, laying flowers at the flagpole. The attacks of September 11 inspired Sam at an early age to serve his country someday. After graduating 2010, he put his firefighter career plans on hold and enlisted in the Army. After airborne training, he was deployed to Afghanistan in January 2012. His company commander said of him, "Sam was a guy who you wanted on your team. He was a fighter." Sam's family described him as a man who could be himself around anybody and love people around him. And in his short time here, he lived a very full life. Today, fire science puts flowers at the flagpole in honor of the firefighters and first responders killed on 9/11, and for the memory of fire science alum Samuel Watts.
I now ask the criminal justice program present.
All across the nation, flags are flown at half-staff to serve as a reminder of one of the hardest times across America. Exactly 13 years ago, 19 men hijacked 4 commercial airlines with 4 destinations in mind: New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. This led to 343 firefighters and paramedics killed, along with about 60 police officers. This led to an overall loss around 3,000. Suddenly, police officers weren't just police officers there to pull you over, and firefighters weren't just firefighters to put out the fire. They became our heroes as they put their own lives at risk. Even those who couldn't be there with them decided there was a way they could help. 500,000 Americans donated blood days after the attack. In addition, law enforcement raised dramatically. In the end, we developed immense patriotism toward our country. From that day forward, things can only get better as we came together to rebuild our country. Although our generation was not able to fully understand this tragedy, it is still our duty to not let ourselves forget what happened the day of 9/11.
Today, we remember the sacrifice of former TCD student Sean Cardelli. U.S. Marine Private First Class Sean Cardelli, age 20, was killed in Iraq on February 1, 2006, when his post was attacked by sniper and machine gun fire. He was awarded the Purple Heart and the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Sean attended TCD for 2 years in the culinary program, graduated from Lyle High School in 2004, and went on to College of DuPage to study culinary arts. His Lyle and TCD teachers described Sean as a very hardworking, focused student who understood the importance of teamwork. In 2005, he put his studies on hold to pursue a lifelong dream of becoming a U.S. Marine. He only served with his unit in Iraq 1 month before his death. His family said of him, he had the greatest smile and the strongest hug. We are so proud of him. Today, criminal justice puts flowers at the flagpole in honor of the public safety officials and civilians killed on 9/11, and for the memory of TCD alum Sean Cardelli.
Clearly, this is a morning to remember, a very difficult time, and I hope that we would all just take this opportunity to reflect on a moment of silence and appreciate the sacrifice and the opportunity to really remember the sacrifice of our heroes. So let's take a moment of silence. Thank you. One of the things that's important when we think about a day like this is it's not just a day. It's a responsibility of all of us to appreciate that day in, day out, we're all involved, and it's always important for us to keep public safety in mind and keep vigilant because it's a different world that we live in. So this is a singular day and a singular moment in time for us to remember. So I appreciate your respectful appreciation of that and your role as you fit into a society in which we need to be vigilant and aware. I'd also like to thank Chief Markowski and the members of the Addison Fire Department for being here this morning with this remembrance. Members of our Addison Police who are able to join us this morning. Thanks to all who were able to join us today. Students, you may return to your places. Join your companies.